This bifold door looks fine, right? I've got another bifold door exactly like this. It opens and closes over here and stacks up against the right-hand wall, and it looks just like this, except it's been pulled apart and it needs to be fixed. I'm showing you on this door because I'm showing you how everything's supposed to work. Now, on the other bifold door, the pin up here is on a movable slide that you get back on the inside here. There's a little set screw up in there. You unscrew that, and then you can push that pin closer to the wall or away from the wall. Well, on this other door, it was away from the wall further, so that this edge, there was a big gap there, so you couldn't close the door all the way. The time you closed the door on that left-hand side, it was hitting, and there was a big gap here, so people kept pushing on the door, and it would eventually close because this pin was bent over, and then this gap here between the door frame and the top rail started expanding apart, and it went all the way apart, and the door started falling apart. These louvers started to come loose from the side rail, and it was like, should we go ahead and replace the door? I'm like, don't replace the door. Let Joe fix it. And I'm going to show you how to fix something like that too in a minute. But when you see that this is out of adjustment, make sure you adjust that, because you don't want this door to start falling apart now, do you? Let's go take a look at the other door. I got it set up in the other room so I can show you what I'm talking about. Here's that door. See, this is the top pin. This is the wheel for the other piece. So disregard this wheel over here. This is the one I'm talking about. See how far apart it's bent? Look at this. It comes right out. That's not supposed to happen, I hope you know. So see, that was in there, and because it was binding and binding and binding, it had nowhere to go. Can you see what happens to these? They're not built that strong, but you know, hey, if you work them fine, they'll last forever. All right, let's get you down here. I'm holding the camera. See there? Now you see what I'm talking about, huh? See that? If we fix this end right there and push it down, all that other stuff's going to go back down in, right? Let's do it. Now, at first glance, the whole door was falling apart up there and everything. And you might think, we got to get a new one. Well, I don't want you thinking like that anymore. I always want you to think, what would Joe do? Would he get a new door? Would he get new carpet? Would he do this? Would he do that? How is he going to Joe Guyver this? And you need to just start thinking along those lines, because you know, at first glance, you may think, that's going to take too much time. I can't fix that. It's just going to come apart again. How tight can I make it? And you go and try to buy a new bifold door like this at the store. Okay, they don't cost very much. Maybe, I'm going to guess, I haven't priced them lately, maybe $65 for a bifold door set like this. But guess what? They don't come pre-painted. You might have it pre-primed, so it might look white, but in order to do it right, you're going to have to put 2 coats of paint on there, match the new paint to the existing door frame or your other doors, so that everything matches. And let me tell you, painting louvers with the little hand paintbrush is a nightmare. And you're going to have to put 2 coats on there, front side and back side. I don't want you leaving the back side unpainted, because that's not the right way to do a project. So you're going to have a lot of time and energy and effort put into buying and installing and finishing a brand new bifold door. Do you see that? Do you see why Maybe we should try to figure out how to get this fixed. I know we can do it. See those dowels? One there and one there. So we push this back down, it's going to go right in there exactly where it needs to go. I got to get some glue, or I got to do something in there, but there's not much room there. I don't really want to pull this apart any further, so I may do a little something, but how can I guarantee that that's whatever I put in there is not going to pull apart again? I can't guarantee everything, but what I can do is I can get on the top here, right along here, in between where the two dowels are. Okay, see where the dowels are? Maybe about right there. And that's on the back side. I'm going to pre-drill a hole right there, and I'm going to put a long screw that's going to go into there, and it's going to go down into here on the inside, you know, where the dowel is. And that's going to help secure that as well. Okay? Not too concerned about the screw end, because that's the end right there. That's going to be up against the wall, so you're never going to see that screw. And if you want, you could countersink that screw a little bit. You could put some white caulking over it, whatever. Put a silver screw in there. I got some black sheetrock screws, and I'm going to use something like that, maybe a 3-inch screw, and get that down in there. But I'm also going to put some sort of glue in there. I haven't figured out exactly what, and you know what it's going to be? It's going to be whatever I have on me right now. I'm not going to the store for this. Forget that. You know, I always carried certain caulkings and certain mastics with me, but hey, whatever I have, that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to make it work. You can too.